countries no longer have access to US dollars, they're forced to spend whatever resources they have on protecting themselves, okay? And then guess what happens? The stock market collapses. The stock market collapses. The stock market is the real growth engine of the US economy. The entire US economy collapses with it.
Here's how the Iran war is going to crash the U.S. stock market and our economy. Because, well, I'm going to let this Professor Wang, if that's how you say his name, Zhang, here, he's got it worked out for us. Because all of our stock market is heavily dependent on investment from the Gulf states, the Gulf countries. And he's saying they're not going to be investing anymore. Well, here, watch.
Again, the key is the GCC.
Now, the GCC are all the Gulf oil-producing countries, right? So Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, the United Arab Emirates, Oman, all those places, they're considered the GCC. Okay.
All right. So the game plan is this. You have to destroy the GCC. Why? Because the GCC is the linchpin of the American empire. So what the GCC does is this. It sells oil, and then for US dollars. Where does it put US dollars? It puts US dollars into the American stock market. All right, so this is investments of the UAE, okay, Saudi Arabia, and Kuwait into the US financial markets. As you can see, from 2012 up to today, it's been exploding. All right, because the US financial market is one of the safest places where you can put your money. The intention is this. The intention is, hey, if I cut off oil, and these countries no longer have access to US dollars, they're forced to spend whatever resources they have on protecting themselves, okay? And then guess what happens? The stock market collapses. The stock market collapses. The stock market is the real growth engine of the US economy. The entire US economy collapses with it. All right? There are about maybe 7 companies in America that accounts for about a quarter of stock market growth, okay? These 7 companies, of course, are all AI companies. NVIDIA.
Microsoft, Google,
Google, Apple. Okay, these are the companies, and then these companies are heavily invested in by the GCC nations. So if these nations are no longer able to invest in the stock market, these companies will collapse in value, and with that would lead to economic depression in America. Okay, does that make sense? All right, so that is the situation for today.
Whoa, so that's the situation. So we're doing that. That's happening. Iran has hit all the military bases that the United States has in all those GCC countries, destroyed most of them, flattened them. And they put all their defenses around Israel. We've talked about that in other videos.